よし。オプション。OK。カーソルは下に下ろして、でやってたことはスコットランドヤード、スコットランドヤード。
To Scotland Yard, please.
OK。進行度的に多分今日終わると思うんだよね。調査できるのか。観察。
This man is not in good shape.
体調が優れない。顔色、震える手、しわくちゃのジャケット。
He is worried and very tired, and other police have been hard on him.
なるほど。事情聴取。
What do you want from me?
自己紹介をす
Good
る。
day, Mr. Cust. I am Hercule Poirot.
Ah, you're the detective.
手紙について話す。
Yes, I am the person you have been sending the letters to.
I didn't write these letters. I've already said so.
潔白であること
Très
を
bien.
受け止める。
You did not hide these letters. But the question remains, who did?
Probably one of my enemies. I have many.
人を殺すこと
Are
が
you
できる
capable
か。
of murder, Mr. Cust?
All these questions are giving me a headache.
軍についての
You
話。
suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded. I suffered. But the army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences, bouts of amnesia.
And headaches.
Professor Clark treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
喉をやけどした。無実だと自覚させる。
Of course, you never considered killing a doctor who took
当
such
然
good care
オ
of
フ
you.
オフ当然になってる。
No. No, never.
3つの町で目撃されてる。
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
おいやばいやばい。咳が止まんなくなってしまった。
If only I could help him.
なんかいろいろ薬持ってなかったっけ？ 咳止め。
A medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher.
咳止めとこれは鎮静
I
剤。
know this medicine. It is a
咳
powerful
止めをあげよう
sedative.
か、とりあえず。はい、どうぞ。
Take this. It will help you.
Thank you.
よし。 そんな即効性あんの？
Oh, good God, my shirt is covered in blood again.
ああ、なるほどね。やっぱり
I
ね。
now know where the bloodstains Mrs. Marbury saw came from. Are you well enough to speak?
Yes, I feel much better.
なんかそんな気はしたんだよな。
You were seen at all the crime scenes.
Yes, I was. I travel a lot. But not for pleasure. I am terribly unwell in trains. But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions about the towns I had to visit.
Let's see.
雇い
The
主が
company you
怪しい
came to
ね
work。for, Silky Legs, has never heard of you. And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters were received afterwards. So it would appear that you
自分で
typed
書い
them
て、それか
before
ら自分に
sending
送っ
them to
た。
yourself.
I don't remember. Good God. I don't know what's happening to me. My head hurts terribly.
鎮痛剤鎮痛剤与えてみますか。
Take this. It will help you.
もうめちゃめちゃ薬漬けじゃん。
Oh. I think I'll be fine.
Let us see, Cust. Look at me. You know very well that you committed these murders?
Yes, I know.
But I'm not wrong in saying that you do not know why you committed them.
No, I don't.
絶対やってないんじゃないかな。ジャップと話す。
And what conclusions have you drawn?
Plenty. It might help us to understand him a little better. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
無実な気がするけどな。健康状態について分かったことは、喉に問題、咳をすると血を吐く。これか？いや、この辺のどれかだと思うんだよな。来た。精神的にも肉体的にも弱っている。犯人の人物像とは異なる。かつての容疑を裏付けない手がかり。これとこれか。来た。犯人のシャツはボタンホール部分ではなく袖口が汚れることになる。これも正反対。容疑を裏付けない。はい。無実であることを示す情報が複数ある。黒であると何の疑いもなく言えるか。 黒とは言えない。
I don't see any clearer than before. This is worse.
There is one point to highlight. C'est curieux. Cust admits that he killed, but he does not know why. What did Dr. Thompson say? Even if Cust killed while in an altered state, it still must have been his deepest desire. He must have had a motive.
Let's keep it simple. Never mind his
動機
motive.
を
He confessed.
でも動機が
But
な
you
かった
see,
ら
he
やら
can
ないんじゃ
confess
ない
to
のか
anything and
な。
everything. He denied the murders and then confessed to them. He confirmed that he never typed the letters. Then, with great ease, I managed to get him to say quite the opposite.
Come on, he behaved like a guilty man. He lied to his landlady.
Because deep down, he believes himself guilty. From the papers, he noticed that he had always been at the scene
あ
of
あ
a
なる
crime.
ほどね。
He must think that he killed and then simply forgot what he had done.
How can you be so sure?
Let us look at his psychological profile.
カス
You
タ
will
の内
understand
面を
my
見
point
る。
of view. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
はい。カスタの知性は高いか。知性が高いか。はい。平凡。自信家か。進化ではない。女の扱いにうまいか。魅力に乏しい。列車好きか。好きではない。直情的か。平成沈着。気前が良くない。
You see? Cust's character is quite the opposite of the murderer's.
But if he's a madman, can we really talk about his character?
You know very well that our murderer does not behave like a psychopath. Apart from the signature, there is no ritual repetition in the choice of victims.
Very well, you're right as always. So we have no confession, no culprit, no suspects, nothing. And all that after 2 months of inquiry? What should I do?
Have faith. Just give me
もう
24
24
hours.
時間で解決できるってことか。本当にできるかな。24時間。よいしょ。さあ行きましょう。帰宅する。
To White Heaven, please.
一旦帰り。
Cust's arrest is a great success for you, Poirot. It's all clear now, except maybe 1 or 2 details.
Details. Ah, mon ami. The devil is in the detail, as we say.
Excuse me?
Patience, Hastings. Everything will be clear once our guests arrive. Best be prepared. Slip a revolver
Revolver
into your
ポケットへ。
pocket before they do.
A revolver? But Poirot, what are you afraid of?
Trust me. It is important you carry a weapon for this meeting. I will lend you mine.
What about telling me
どういう
what
こ
you
とだ？
have in mind?
Surtout pas. You wouldn't be able to play your role. Wait one moment, I will bring you my weapon.
武器が必要な会合。ここにリボルバーあんじゃなかったっけ？
The white ammunition are blank cartridges. The others are real bullets. The revolver is loaded with real bullets. I still have time to choose blanks.
実弾じゃない方がいいのかな。
The revolver is loaded with blanks. I still have time to choose real bullets.
どっちの方がいいんだろう。
The white ammunition are blank cartridges. The others are real bullets. The revolver is loaded with real bullets. I still have time to choose blanks.
空砲の方がいいんじゃない。でも
The revolver is loaded with blanks. I still have time to choose real bullets.
空砲にしようか。
What about telling me what you have in mind?
Surtout pas. You wouldn't be able to play your role. Wait one moment, I will bring you my weapon. The white ammunition are blank cartridges. The others
空
are
砲
real
を入れ
bullets.
たリボルバー。 ヘイスティングに託そう。
The white ammunition are blank cart.
OK。じゃあ渡そうか。
Voila, I entrust you with my weapon. It has hardly been used, it is almost new.
電話が鳴ってるね。
Chief Inspector, is that you?
Yes. Sorry, but we haven't found anything.
Have you checked the typewriter?
And the packaging, the letter, and the ribbon reel. We've only found prints left by
お
Count
かみ
and
の
his
指紋。
landlady.
おかみは怪
Well,
しくな
never
い？
mind, I shall make do.
So, are you still going to hold your meeting?
Of course, Chief Inspector. I can hear my guest coming up the stairs.
Why have you brought us here, Mr. Poirot?
Since Cuss' arrest, I thought it was all done and dusted. Miss Gray formally identified him, as well as Miss Barnard.
Yes, and the stockings he saw drove the same brand as the ones found at my aunt's.
This is all true. However, a case is not closed if some questions remain open.
なぜ犯人は私
And
に手
one
紙を
question
送っ
is,
たのか。
why did the murderer send me his letters? Why did he challenge me, Hercule Poirot?
Perhaps he wanted to play with you, to taunt you.
Xenophobia? Maybe he didn't like you because you're foreign.
I may be wrong, but maybe by provoking you, he was looking for glory?
All these theories should be
なるほ
studied.
ど。
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
なぜ犯人は住所を書き間違えた。いや、わからん。これはちょっと全然わからん。わざとなのかな。とりあえずしらみつぶしに行くしかない。全然ヒットしないな。 れ全然。あ、来た。間違いは意図的なものだった。おお。なぜ犯人は手紙をエルキュール・ポアロに送った？これじゃないの？彼の住所はほとんど知られていないからこそ手紙を書いた。どういうこと？
You might like to explain your reasoning again.
Of course. First of all, remember that the murderer made it a rule to always post his letter before the murder. He never digressed from that rule. However, in Churston, he encountered a problem. The village has only 500 inhabitants. With advance warning, it would be easy to arrest him. Therefore, the murderer delayed his letters deliberately with the wrong address. The plan wouldn't have worked if he'd sent it to Scotland Yard or the papers because everybody knows their addresses. The mistake would have been corrected and the letter would have been on time. That is why the murderer chose me as the recipient.
どういうこと？
Because for his plan to succeed, it was necessary for at least
あんま有
one
名
of
じゃ
the
ない
letters
住
to
所
have
だ
the
から
wrong address
時
and
間
get
か
the
かるって
loss.
ことか。
It was very cunning.
Absolument. It is a very subtle plan. It matches the profile we have drawn up of him perfectly. That of an intelligent, daring and calculating murderer.
But that's not how you describe Cust.
You are quite right, mademoiselle. Like you, I find it hard to believe that this dull character is the clever murderer we are looking for.
そうだね。
Do madman? I mean, if he's mad, he might have two very different sides.
No doubt.
多
But the
重。
murderer is not mad. All the specialists agree that he does not have the profile of a
じゃあ
psychopath.
別にいるってことか。
But if Cust is not guilty, how do you explain his presence at the scene of the crimes?
Mr. Clark, the answer to your question is in the medical records of your brother's patients. Documents which Cust most certainly did not have access to. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
カストについて分かったこと。犯人はクラーク博士のカストについて分かったこと。カストはたやすく操ることができる。いや全然分からんぞ。またこれしらみつぶしか。カスは精神的に弱く操りやすい。犯行現場にカストがいたことをどう説明する？犯行現場を知りたかった。この辺じゃないのかな？偶然である。偶然でもない。泳ぎたくて知りたかった。違う。カスは操られていた。犯人はカストの足取りを隠蔽するために町に行かせた。
Dr. Clark's patients' records provided a very useful list of potential victims, sorted by alphabetical order. The killer definitely used it, explaining the fact that all the victims were former patients of the doctor. It is this fact that clears Cust once and for all, because he never had access to these records. So how did he happen to be at the scene of the crimes? Either the murderer sent him there, or Cust was following him closely. Cust's highly suggestible
犯
nature
人が
leads us to the
カ
second
スト
hypothesis.
が犯人に従
The
ってい
murderer
た。
was manipulating him. He systematically sent Cust to the towns where he was going to strike, so that the suspicion would land on the poor man's shoulder.
That's evil. What sort of killer could have such a plan? And what would he gain from 3 completely different murders?
Indeed, it seems unlikely that the same murderer committed all the crimes. What should we take from that?
犯人にとって価値ある殺人一回が快楽のためじゃない
The
の
murderer does not kill out of interest but for pleasure.
You yourself told us that the murderer was not a psychopath.
Ah oui, absolument.
Ah,
Therefore, let us
違うんだ。
look for something else.
価値ある
Just one
殺人
murder
は
was
一
of
つ
benefit to the murderer. The others were just diversions. On reflection, there is only one conclusion. The murderer killed once out of
ああなる
interest
ほどね
and twice to divert our attention. This reasoning points at 2 potential culprits.
Franklin Clark.
Donald Fraser?
Yes, mademoiselle. That's good thinking. Mr. Fraser may have killed Betty out of jealousy. Mr. Clark may have killed his brother in order to inherit his large fortune. Both have a motive.
But Donald did not have access to Dr. Clark's records.
Please allow me to disagree with you, mademoiselle.
ドナルドは治療を
Donald
受け
too
た
has been treated by the doctor.
You're quite wrong, Mr. Poirot, and it shouldn't be difficult to prove.
Wait, please excuse me. It was a slip of the
違
tongue.
う
This is what I wanted to say. Donald, Sir Carmichael was one of your firm's customers. We found a surveyor's report among his papers that proves it.
It doesn't prove that I went to Comeside.
You could have done it. And you may have used the opportunity to take a look at Sir Carmichael's records.
You think I'm guilty?
まあ可能性の話でしょ
Or Mr. Franklin Clark.
That's ridiculous.
Both of you have a motive. The question is, which of you has the profile that most resembles the murderer?
フランクリン・クラークじゃないの
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
ドナルドは知性が高いか知性はこれか自信家か違う他人に流されやすい女の扱いはうまい列車好き1個当てはまんないね直情的気が短い気前はいい
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald may share many character traits with the murderer, but he does not have his cold indifference. He has a temper. It is hard to imagine him planning anything. Also, jealousy is his motive, and crimes of passion are rarely planned.
Right, I suppose it's my turn to be subjected to the same scrutiny.
Absolument, Mr. Clark.
さ
Let
あ
us
どうな
now
んだ
try and get our brain cells to work.
知性が高い自信家これだねあ違うか自信にあふれている女の扱いに長けている 電車好きか。これがなんか電車に関係あるんだ。直情的か、冷静。気前がいいか。気前がいい。あ、全部当てはまるね。
As you have all seen, there is a disturbing similarity between Mr. Clark's profile and that of the killer. In actual fact, it is exactly the same.
Mr. Poirot, your psychological studies are interesting, but your conclusions do not add up. Why would I have wished my brother's death? The inheritance is lawfully mine. I just have to wait.
No, you had to act quickly.
なぜ？焦っていたから？
Because you are incapable of waiting.
Really? Well, I am no murderer.
おお、
You
なんか
presented
変
him
な
as being a cold
日本語になって
and
る。
patient schemer.
Certes, normalement. But Lady Clark's imminent death precipitated events.
あ、急に字幕がバグっ
Mademoiselle,
た。
although you haven't been telling the truth, there is no doubt in my mind that you would have found a way to marry Sir Carmichael after Lady Clark's death. For you, Mr. Clark, it was a disaster. If Miss Grey had children by your brother,
ああ、
you
子
would
供
not
ができたら
have
相続
inherited
権が
the
なく
thing.
なるからってことか。
You realized the danger after reading several letters from Comside, especially one in which your brother opened his heart to you. So you hurried home from China, and you took action. In truth, Cust was no more than a puppet manipulated by the real culprit. You, Mr. Clark.
Such an imagination, Mr. Poirot. In
No.
fact, nobody manipulated Cust. The famous instructions he received by post. He wrote them on the typewriter.
うん、そうだよ
We
ね。
know that for sure.
Oh no. You know perfectly well. That is not true. Eh bien voilà. Light has now been shed on the ABC murders.
Your theories are ingenious, but you haven't any proof.
証拠がないよね。
One point to him. For the moment, I have no material proof. Either I admit to it, or I bluff.
タイプライターの指紋は意識してると思うんだよな。証拠品捏
One
造。
thing proves it. A carton of placed cigarettes you stole from Mrs. Asher and found at your home.
You have nothing on me. You're bluffing, Mr. Poirot. Come on, Thora, there's nothing for us to do here.
Don't touch me.
Thora,
I understand why you never wanted to lend me your new typewriter. And why you were searching through your brother's things. And the hole you dug on the moors. What did you hide there? The knife you used to
なるほど。
kill your brother?
all right. Well played. I
もう
lose.
情報出揃ってたじゃん。
Game's up.
お、
Don't come near me! I'll never let you take me, Mr. Poirot.
これ空砲にしたよでも。
I'm sorry,
Right.
Mr. Clark, there is no easy death for you. I expected your reaction, so I used blanks. I'm sorry, mademoiselle, but your second chance has been lost. Franklin Clark will never inherit his brother's fortune.
これで解決か。
Disappointed at having missed the chance to become Lady Clark, Thora Grey left England. Donald Fraser and Megan Barnard married.
ほ
On Poirot's recommendation, Mary Drower started to work for Lady Clark. The elderly lady's condition suddenly took a turn for the better. And a few months later, to Dr. Logan's great surprise, she was back on her feet again. According to this eminent physician, it appears to be an extremely rare case of spontaneous remission. Lady Clark has enjoyed very good health ever since. Journal of an Innocent. The incredible story of ABC. As for A.B. Cust, after being advised by Poirot, he made a great deal of money by selling his story to the press. And as for me, and with business booming, the Black Swan has become the #1 tourist attraction in the whole of Yorkshire, even more popular than York Minster.
これは解決か？なんとも言えないな。おお、でもクリアなんだ。でクリアらしいですよ。プロファイル、ボーナス、再現、実績、意外と取ってないね。7、8、8個取れてない。なるほど。これでクリア。あ、まだ続きがあるね。
Some post for you, Poirot.
Mr. Hercule Poirot, you fancy yourself, don't you, at solving mysteries that are too difficult for our poor thick-head British police? Let us see, Mr. Clever Poirot, just how clever you can be. Perhaps you'll find this not too hard to crack. Look out for Endover on the 21st of the month. Yours extra, A, B, C.
Oh, it's some sort of joke.
Maybe. But please remind me to inform Chief Inspector Japp.
Oh, 一周したっぽいね。はい。ということで、意外とあっさり終わったんで、別のゲームにしましょう。お疲れでした。